Today I'm going to be going over some of my open comb razors. Now I'll be using this one. This is the around 1918, somewhere around in there, single edge, and also hadn't used this in a while, Arco. That's a good oldie. I'll get into that here in a little bit. Using my WSP, I went ahead and lathered in my bowl a WSP Monarch Silver Tip and a Vashkod blade. Alright, so these single rings open from the bottom, just like a Merkur 34 comes out, but this also comes up. So how I load it is set the blade in here, hold the tabs on the side, put it right back on there, and just keep holding the tabs on the side. Alright, let me get my glasses on so I can check the alignment. These older razors are very bad about not lining correctly. This one does pretty good. A lot of people are kind of scared of the older razors because they've heard they're more aggressive, or some people think that open comb is more aggressive. I know I did when I first started. Let me wash my face when we started. I got a few of my open comb razors out just to show you, give you my thoughts on them and why I feel that it provides me with the best, smoothest shave. I had to load my brush a couple of times because ever since I bought this puck, I read somewhere that the citrus will break down animal oils and fragrances in a new brush. So the only reason, well, the only thing I use this puck for anymore is with the new brush. I have a new boar brush from Portland, England. That'll be a later shave. But the boars come really reeking of wet dog. And every night I'll lather it up with Arco, just like this, set it aside. But that's not the only use for Arco. As you can tell, Arco it's a great soap. The only reason you don't see more people using it is the price. It's way too cheap for how good it is. And the smell, it's not a bad scent to me, it's just more soap. So I believe this is the Merkur 42. It is a copy of the 1904, I believe. I think it's a 1904, 1907. And it has a partner. And this is the straight bar. There they are. Now neither one of these are very aggressive at all. Great if you want to get into try and OC out, this is the way to go. And this is the head off of 34C. Pretty much the exact same. Shade's about the same. Well, let me show you before I get started. This is a straight bar. And if I was going to be shaving, this is how much the bar takes off. That's how much soap the bar takes off before the blade touches. Now that's kind of an exaggeration. The bar leaves a little bit, probably that much, if you can tell the difference, because I had it turned. An open comb, on the other hand, and this is why it's so smooth for me, is a rake. So your blade, when it reaches you, just like a straight razor or a single edge, is on soap. I think they're about $30-something. It's a 1904, cool handle. But let's get to the shave. Single edge, single ring. It's got the one ring right there. That's why it's called a single ring. And the ones made before this one had two rings. I don't have one of them. They're pretty old. I don't know how they shave. Pretty basic head, right along the same lines as a 1918 old type. It's a little bit more bared down. This will bite you a little more, but it's still a good shaver. It's not overly aggressive at all. Now I'll tell you about my theories on aggression. So this is a very light razor, and it is all in my opinion. You're going to read a lot of stuff out there, but in my opinion, the weight has a lot to do with how aggressive a razor is. But there's other factors. There's blade gap, how top heavy or bottom heavy it is. Also, the angle of the blade in the razor. If it's a slant, or if it's really pushed bold like this in a razor. So the old type that I showed you is 3-piece, and it's not overly aggressive at all. It's just kind of a simplified razor. It's like a blade holder. There's not a lot to it. They're beautiful, and once you get used to them, they shave good. Then they come out with the new, improved, or the new standard. This is a lot heavier, probably 2 to 3 times heavier. The blade gap is more pronounced, a wider blade gap. And what that means is that there's a gap between, there's a blade loaded in this, there's a gap between the teeth and the actual blade. And between the teeth and the blade, if this is the blade and this is the teeth or the bar, that's how much skin exposure is you're going to have for that razor. So if you turn it, angle it this way, you have more blade. No, well, I'm sorry, this way. You have more blade scraping the skin. But this is a little bit more aggressive. And the blade gap's higher. But it shaves me better, and let's say a TTO, Super Speed Red Tip, which is pretty aggressive. But I get, for some reason, my skin type, I guess, or it's because of how much it leaves, how much soap it leaves, I get a better shave from the open combs. And I didn't try an open comb for a long time because I've always thought they were more aggressive, which is not the case. In fact, this Merkur open comb right here, 1904, that's a milder shaver than the 34C, in my opinion. I think Maggard Razors has some that are supposed to be pretty mild. I think there's a 15C Merkur makes. I just think that's a cool handle that comes with that. And then in the 30s, Gillette made a new invention. Moved away from the posts going through the bottom plate and come up with the new razor. They had some special ones. They had a deluxe and everything. I don't have one of them. They had some that were called Norfolks. I have one of them on a different handle. Great shaver. Have it on a heavy tech handle. But you either got long comb or you have short comb. The short comb actually shaves me better. The blade gap is about the same on either one of them. This is the standard bar, and this is the 3-piece ball. There's not many long combs I found that shave me good. This is one of them I found. All these that I've tried, the short comb, shave me great. But some people say that the long comb is more milder than the short comb, and vice versa. I just feel the teeth on the long comb, and don't really like that. But that one that I have shaves great. The one I have that was made just before them is you saw me shave with just the other day. The Micromatic has a little bit bigger of a blade gap than the News. It's got a pretty good blade gap on it. Then I have my Wolfman, and let me show you a little similarities. This is a Gillette new short comb. The Wolfman is just revamped, and the stainless steel gives me just as good a shave. Because the short comb used to be my favorite razor. The single ring so smooth of a shaver, especially loaded with a Vashcod. So the open comb I don't have, and I won't, is by the way, the slickness on Arco is amazing. It's a performer. It's a 1934 Aristocrat. Gillette come out with a TTO, the butterfly openings, with open comb. I'd like one of them. Alright, so that's my shave with Arco and the Gillette single ring. I'm going to throw on some Clubman. And just to give you an idea of what blade gap is before I leave, which I might shave with it next weekend. I hadn't shaved with it in a while. Gillette Fat Boy. If you watch, the top cap goes up as the numbers go down. So 1 is the mildest, the bottom cap, the bottom plate goes down all the way up to 9. And the blade gap between the blade and the bar is more. That's what makes it aggressive. Plus the weight of this bad boy. That's a nice razor. Thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you have any comments or have any questions, write me. You can find me on Instagram too at cap7597. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.